What's up, everybody? This is Dex, and welcome to Winning with Dex Wednesday. I am so excited about this new platform and this new space where we're connecting, and I get to come into your home and you get to come into mine. So welcome home. We're going to hang out today. I would be dishonest to tell you that there isn't a bit of a somber tone and a little less tenor in my voice today due to the passing of George Floyd, who was murdered here in the United States on Monday. And I'm very troubled by it. And it didn't have to happen. And if I'm honest with you, I'm tired. I'm tired of coming on here and acknowledging yet another man who was brutally murdered for no apparent reason other than disdain for the color of his skin. I was in the shower this morning and I just began to hold myself and look at the black man that I am and just begin to think about this disdain that some hold just because of the complexion that I carry. And we must come to a place of healing. We must come to a place of solace and a place where we can move past this hate that we have for one another based upon what we can't control. And I love my blackness. I'm empowered by my blackness. And I'm thankful for the experience that comes with being a strong black man. There is more to me than what you see. And I just want us to be encouraged today. Brothers, stay strong. Stay strong. Well, that is not what we came on here to talk about today. I want to get into a little bit about me, but before we do that, I want to bring just a little bit of clarity to the platform. This is not a space created for confrontation or for getting into duels and arguments and that sort of a thing. I really don't plan to make much time for that at all. I'm going to drink to that. But this platform is really for the purpose of empowerment. So if you don't care for the content, you don't have to watch it. Obviously. But my purpose in doing this is really to help someone else. I believe that we are the sum total of our experiences, but we can also pass those experiences on. And so I'm endeavoring to do that in this medium of communication, coming to you once a week, just sharing a little bit about life and things that I've learned and things that I believe that will help you. Just a little bit about me. I was born and raised here in the city of Detroit, Michigan, where I've recently relocated back to after 13 years. And I'm super excited about that. Detroit is everything to me. Not literally, but I really like it here. It has an amazing, rich history of being initially established by the French and also being the point of one of the last points on the Underground Railroad. I live right off of the Detroit River, where in 1850, when the Fugitive Slave Act was formed, many blacks that were settled in America began to flood to Detroit to cross the river into Canada to have some level of freedom. And Detroit just has an amazing, rich history in the Underground Railroad and in Black history and in so many things where Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech, I keep a picture of when he gave that just down the road here at Cobo Hall in the 60s. The first time he ever delivered that speech was in Detroit. And Malcolm X had a rich history in the city of Detroit. Just the other day, I was down at the place where he gave some of his most renowned speeches. And so I love it here. I love Detroit. I love the history, and I just love what God is doing here. Many of you know me for preaching. You know me for ministry, and that is a big part of who I am. It's not all to who I am, but it is definitely a big part, and I'm so thankful for my roots and for all of those that have played a part in my spiritual formation as a man. Thank you. Also, business is a passion of mine, and policy is a passion of mine. You may say, what in the world is that? Well, early in my life, I thought that I was going to go into politics and I just knew that I was going to be Barack. I knew I was going to be the first black president. My grandmother reared me in that. You're going to be the first black president of the United States. I said, well, I don't think that's going to be happening now. But I love politics. I still do. I love politics. But I found out early that I did not want to become a politician. It's too much work. And you don't get anything done. No way. Not doing that. But I became very engrossed in policy formation. And I've had the privilege of serving as an intern and as a staffer for Congressional Senator Carl Levin's office, for former Governor Mary Fallon in the state of Oklahoma, as well as did some close work with Mayor Dewey Bartlett and his wife Victoria during their time as the mayors of Tulsa. And just learned so much in those experiences that just became a part of who I am. And really the diplomat in me desires to be a shaper and one that organizes and helps to build collaboration amongst groups that need policies formed to protect their values, their life, and their legacy. And so I'm working with a group right now on forming some things in that direction, which I'm sure we'll talk about at some point in the future. But that is a big part of who I am as well. In business, I formed a collective of businesses starting in the year 2010. And we run now 2 nonprofits. When I say we, me, myself, and I, 2 nonprofits and a for-profit organization. And Forerunner Consulting is the brainchild of that, and one of the things that I do on a daily basis, where I'm involved in developing policy and developing strategy for clients, one being the Michigan Mobility Institute, where we're working on building the educational pipelines for mobility. You may say, what in the world is that? Mobility is the movement of people and goods. So anything that moves you or moves the things that you utilize. So that would be helicopters, planes, drones, cars, trains, buses, semis. Anything that's moving people and goods deals with mobility. And there is a mobility revolution happening in the world today. And I'm excited to talk to you about that in the future. We don't have time to get into that today. But that's one of the projects that I'm working on. And then I serve a host of other clients, basically providing leadership development and organizational management. So helping people work through, how do we make this business work? Do we put a strategic outline together? Do you need an executive summary just with some bullet points to give you some strength and some direction? This is the way to go. Or maybe we're putting together a comprehensive business plan, a strategy for your business. How is this thing going to work? So all of those things are things that I do, things that I love doing, and just come natural to me. And we made a business out of it. So I love, love, love to do that. And then my baby also formed in 2010, the Man to Man Project. This is an entity that was created in Detroit and initially launched in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we mentored hundreds of young boys, pushing them through the educational pipeline that they were in, but also giving them the tools to be successful. And our mission in that is to expose, educate, and empower, where we're exposing the next generation of leaders in the African American community, young men especially, and providing them with the educational tools to be successful, along with the resources to empower their development and their expression in the days to come. And I have been so privileged to see that program grow through the years. Here now in Detroit, I'm hoping that we will be able to launch something soon in that regard as well. So mentoring is a huge part of who I am. And if you don't know that about me, you've been living under a rock, because that's everywhere in my life. I love mentoring, I love people and developing others. But I wanted to take just a little bit of time to share with you about who I am. And with that, I want to let you know that we will be coming to you every Wednesday at 5 o'clock, sharing a little bit more that's going to encourage and strengthen you. And for me, winning is more than just flouting success and all of the accoutrements and the trappings that life brings when you seemingly are winning. For me, winning is helping someone else and being in a position where you are good, but you can also reach back and find somebody else and bring them with you. And so I want to help us do that together. As you come into my home and I come into yours, we're going to do this thing called life and win together. I love you. I bless you. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.